right here on Insight Radio, your number one finance radio station in the city of Lagos. I've got somebody in the studio today, an amazing guy. This guy is just, he's blushing. Oh my God. I've got with me THEHOLU.
Yeah.
THEHOLU is an entrepreneur, artist manager, but I'm not going to, I'll let THEHOLU just introduce himself. THEHOLU, it's good to have you in the studio.
Yeah, same here.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell us.
I'm already feeling myself.
You're ready? Okay. So tell us, who is THEHOLU?
THEHOLU is a businessman.
Okay.
I love doing business. Yeah. I'm THEHOLU Ogumilade. I hail from Ekiti State. Ado Ekiti to be precise.
Okay.
I've been doing business since I was in primary school. Yeah. Funny, right?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Then I was baking cake and making zobo drink for people.
In primary school?
Yeah, in primary school.
Wow.
I think I was in primary 3 then. I bake cakes.
Cake.
Yeah.
Wow.
And make zobo drinks for people. And since then, I've been doing very fine in business. And when I got to secondary school, 2002, I joined a choral group called the Kids of the New Millennium.
Whoa.
So then we started singing. 2002, yeah. Started singing, going for shows, and making money. Then 2008, I formed a dance group. You'll be looking at my stature like, well, can you dance? Yeah, I formed a dance group, Dynamic Stars.
Okay.
Then we go out to dance. We get money off shows and all. So then I had to stop that because of my dad. My dad would be like, THEHOLU, you sing well. Why this dance? he was like, it would need alajota.
Yeah.
That's Euro alajota,
Okay.
like you dance for money
For
and all.
money,
So I had to
okay.
stop that. And when I got to school, I had this opportunity to manage a recording studio, exhibition recording studio.
Whoa.
Then from there, I started managing artists. And okay, before then, I do my own personal music. I sing too. I do folk music.
Okay.
And trust me, I was doing very fine.
Very
but
well.
I believe I have this passion for upcoming arts.
Okay.
Branding them, developing them.
them.
If you are doing fine, I'll tell you, yes, you're doing this, you're doing that.
Okay.
There's more to
Okay.
THEHOLU, which if I should continue now, I can't say all.
Okay. So very quickly, can you hear yourself now?
No, I can't.
Okay. So we have problems with the mic. Okay, so great. So we can say THEHOLU is a dancer, he's a singer.
Yeah, I used to be
You used to. No, because I'm seeing so many sides to you now.
Yeah, see, THEHOLU is a businessman.
We now know who THEHOLU is.
Yeah.
So currently now, what are you majoring, on or in? What are you really doing now?
Artists, talent. Let me say artists.
Talent management.
Yeah.
So you're done with the whole.
I'm not
dancing.
done with. I told you I'm a businessman. I'm a realtor.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm into real estate.
Well.
I'm into cryptocurrency. I'm into digital marketing. So I'm into several things.
These guys, the
so
real
far
deal,
it is legal. So far it is legal.
It's legal, yeah.
But I major in talent management because I feel I have a lot to offer for upcoming artists.
Okay, so let's look at that direction a little bit. So for the people who do not know, what is talent management really about?
Well, in my own language, I see it as a mirror. Like, I'm here to represent you. I am the artist. I put myself into your body.
Okay.
You get, I know what you want. I know what you need. Even if I don't know what you want, if you don't know what you want, I know what you want.
Okay.
Ours is to sit down and tell you, okay, what are your goals? What do you want to achieve? And I'll get you business. I'll get you, even if you don't want to make money off your talent, I'll make sure at least
you get something, from your
talent.
So
mine is to develop you, is to see myself in you and manage you in a proper way. Yeah.
So it's just like packaging that person.
Exactly, branding and rebranding.
All of that. Awesome, great. So THEHOLU, how long have you been doing this whole artist management thing? Talent management.
I started in 2014.
2014.
Yeah, then I met one wonderful artist. See, the truth of the matter is that guy, His name is Jaido P.
Okay.
That's his state name.
Okay.
I've never seen a talent
That's
like that guy.
He's
that
on
guy
fire.
He's gifted. He's everything.
Whoa.
Don't let's talk about him. So I started with him, and since then I've managed a lot of Damilola Music, Fresh Millie, and so many others. And they are doing fine. If they are not yet
A-listers,
but trust me, they are doing very well. Yeah.
Okay. So THEHOLU, what made you look in that direction? Let me tell you why I'm asking this question, because you've done a lot of things. You've done a little of dancing. You've done a little of. So what made you tell yourself, right now I think I want to focus a little bit on talent management? Why did you decide to,
Okay. I was also into the line.
Okay.
I was an artist.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, don't let me say I was, because
You're still an artist. You're an artist.
Yeah. I know what they go through. I understand the business side of it.
Okay.
I told you I joined the choral group then in 2002.
Okay.
After like 4 or 5 years, I became the president of that choral group because I understand what it takes to make money, and what it takes to spend less and achieve much.
Okay.
You get? So I love upcoming artists. I love music. I love entertainment.
Okay.
So I feel there are so many artists out there that will spend much, I will gain nothing. So now I'm here for you to spend little and gain more.
Wow.
So I just have this love for good talent, not just because now I tell people musicians are more than fans. You get? A lot of people out there, even if you don't know how to sing, you feel okay, I can just enter the studio and do you get? So if you have talent, I will do anything for you to be out there. There are so many artists on my WhatsApp that will send me song, Alpha, Chief, let me listen to the song. And trust me, most of them are good. Sometimes I'll be like, how I wish I can manage this guy too, you get? But I just have that love for music and upcoming artists
to help them. Okay, that's great. For those of you who would like to, calling on the show, I'll be dropping the numbers very soon, so stay tuned and drop your questions for THEHOLU. He's ready to answer. This guy came prepared. Okay, so moving on very quickly. THEHOLU, tell us what motivates you as a person.
A lot of things. Number one, nature. Yeah, because of the kind of song I do. Sometimes I'll just sit outside. I love rain.
You love rain?
Rain, yeah. When it's raining, I'll just sit outside, and trust me,
inspiration comes.
Yeah. And the things around me inspires me. Even right here in the studio, I've gotten something.
You've gotten something already?
Yeah, already.
Whoa.
So the things around me.
Please, I hope I'm part of this inspiration. Okay, nice. So do you have any fears?
What?
Do you have any fears at all?
Any what?
Fears.
Okay, fear. Okay, yes. I thought you said fiance. Of course. My greatest fear in life is hell.
Is hell?
Yeah. Ending up in
hell.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think that's been spiritual.
Okay.
But that's my number one.
That's your number one fear.
Okay. And another thing is I take a lot of risk.
Okay.
A lot of risk, and at the end of the day, I don't want to end up as a nobody. Number one thing I hate most is, you pointing to someone, I'll be like, that guy was rich.
Wow, I hate that thing too. Let me just say
that guy was rich. He used to be rich. He used to be that. So every day if I should wake up anytime, I'll be like, what can I do? Even if it's 1,000 naira, I need to make.
You get.
So my greatest fear is poverty. My greatest fear is hell. Next to it is poverty. Which I feel. I say another word for hell is poverty. Yeah. I think I answered that.
I like that part. I used to have money because nobody wants to hear I used to have money before that year. Now you don't know why
that year I used to. I used to do that.
Yeah, I feel you, Jerry. I feel you. Okay, so tell me now, how do you get what makes you choose a particular person and say, I feel like I want to manage you? What do you look out for?
If you are exceptional. Okay. What I mean by exceptional is you are very good in what you do, and at the same time you can think outside the box. Like like my artists, Damilola, Presh Mili, Jaidopi, all of them, if you tell them, okay, do this genre of music, they will do well there. Okay. And if you tell them, okay, can you try this? Even if they can't do it at that point, give them time, they will do it. They will even do it better.
And they will even do it better.
They will do it. So I love it when I can just tell you, okay, do this, can you try this? And you can come up with something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's great. So let me take it from where you said, can you try this? We have a lot of artists that say that you guys that are the managers in quotes, try to make them be like who they are not. What you have to say about that? Because you see people saying, it's not really me, I want to have done this, but this is what they tell me to do if I want to sell. So don't you think, I don't know if that's what you do, I'm just asking, but do you think that somehow, do you guys take away who the artist really is and try to present them in the way the public wants to see them?
Yeah, I said something earlier. I said, if I want to start managing you, we'll sit down, we'll talk about your goals. I will tell you my plans. If you are cool with it, see, one thing about this industry is whether good or bad publicity. Publicity is publicity, you get. So if whatever I'm doing for you is going to help your career as an artist, and you feel, okay, this thing, my artist, if I want to do anything for my artist, I'll be like, hey, what's up? What do you think about this? If she'll be like, no, okay, go home, think about it. Ask one or two people if they should tell you, okay, this is right, then I won't force anything on you. Them. You get. So it's at the end of the day, it won't be like my manager said I should do this, my manager said I shouldn't do this. So it all depends on you, the artist, and me, the man. I'll just tell you, okay, I feel this is good for us, but if you feel it is not good for us, I'll tell you, no problem.
Okay, nice. So that being said, this is a finance radio, so we've talked about the whole entertainment part. So let's move to the money aspect right now. Okay, so I'll just ask you, do you think the entertainment industry in Nigeria is very lucrative?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It's very, very, very,
very lucrative.
Yeah, it all depends on you.
On the person.
Yeah, it all depends.
But they give a lot. These artists, you just said something, and there are lots of people that want to sing.
Yeah. So and that's our problem, actually. That's our problem, because when you get to pay someone for a service, instead for you to pay 20,000 naira, you tend to pay 20 million naira, because a lot of people are begging
for that.
Alpha, take this, do this for me. Yeah. So I feel that's the major problem. Everybody is into this line, like, I want to do this because I feel I can get it. And the funny thing is, I tell people, many of our arts in this country, they don't want to make, okay, it's not like they don't want to make money, but their number one priority is, I want to blow. You get, I want to blow, just Baba, anything, just help me, I want to blow. And I feel you should also think about the business aspects. Like, okay, it's not just about blowing. Because another thing is, what is fame without money? When you blow, how will you maintain the fame? If I'm an artist now, I have this very massive popularity, and I don't have money to even buy a car. So I'll be flying by a cup and there. Whether you like it or not, you will lose value.
Drop, yeah.
So I feel you should, when you're thinking of blowing, you should always also think about
the business side.
And there are so many things you can do as an artist that you make money. So many things.
That's so deep.
Yeah.
I like that. That's deep. Okay, so for those of you who want to call in, the numbers are 08035623723. Call us in. We have THEHOLU in the studios, and you can ask him any question. He's an artist manager, and he's a total businessman. With that part, I agree. This guy has been baking cake since he was in primary 3. So yeah, that's deep. So THEHOLU, moving on. Tell me, what are the financial challenges of being an artist manager?
Okay, there are so many sides to that.
Okay.
One, if you manage an artist that think just about himself.
Okay.
Like, okay, there'll be times I'll go and look for plugs for my artist, and the guy will be like, okay, for me to do this for you, it will cost you so, amount, and I'll go back to my artist. I'll tell him, okay, this is it, and he'll be like, Baba, you won't chop my money. Yeah, it has never happened to me before, but that's number one. It happens like when you meet. Okay, I went for one conference recently with Godwin Tom, and one guy was like, I have this artist, I've been fighting for him. Instead for him to pay 100,000, I'll tell him to pay 50,000, and at the end of the day, it'll be like, Baba, you won't chop me. You won't use my money, carry. Get stuff like that. And another thing is sponsors. Many people are not ready to sponsor an artist. Do you know why?
Why?
Yeah, the truth is, when you don't have money, when you don't have the fame, you'll be very, very humble. But when you get the fame or the money, money. Change is an inexorable law, actually.
Yes,
so when you get the money, you tend to change, and you be like, Baba, this contract, waiting you give me, you want to give me 30%. I am entitled to 70%. So a lot of sponsors are not ready to even put money into
because
music.
At the end of the day, they tend to
issue
of when the person now becomes big.
And there are so many sides to it. Many sides.
And we're saying something backstage before we started the show, that you guys actually do a lot of work.
Yeah,
you understand?
We are in the background.
You're in the background,
we're in the background.
The whole promotion.
And we do, my artist now, if it should be in the room, me, I'll be outside looking for business. If not for business, looking for shows, looking for people to be like, hey, I love this guy. So, and my artists will be at home playing games, and sometimes they'll be in the studio working. But we do the
most of the background job and all that. Okay, great. So, but what are the benefits? I want to believe there are some benefits as well of being
benefits. Well, aside from the percentage we tend to get, if your artist is nice, if he's this understandable person, like, okay, you are doing this for me, then another thing is, if your artist is known, there are so many people that will come to you that will be like, okay, Papa, take this. They want to farms.
They just want to be close to you.
And if your artist is very popular, you can walk into any company and be like, okay, this is it. I want to do this. I want us to do this together. The business you tend to gain then will increase. You get like, okay, my artist is very popular. Like I manage Wizkid now, for example. I can go to GTB, for example. For example, like, okay, I want to do this. I want us to do this together. You get. I can't do that if I'm just a normal person, if I'm not an artist. If I don't manage Wizkid, I can't just walk up to any manager. Like, okay, I want us to do business. So there are so many things you can do, you can gain as an artist manager as well.
If you're managing
the number one thing is people want to associate with you
because they know the brand is big. It's a name
a lot of people want to associate with you. Some people even send you. It is common in Nigeria. Some people will send you money like, okay, all I want is I just want to take picture with your artist. Yeah, I went to Kwara with Fresh Millie.
Okay.
Some girls are like, please, all I want is I just want to snap with him.
Whoa.
Yes, I just want to snap.
Just take a picture.
Take a picture with him. Okay. So, and some people are like that. So they'll be like, okay, just take this. I want to move with your artist.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now moving on, how do you generate funds to do what you do? Do you have support from financial houses?
Man,
how are the banks to
that
you guys?
That one is another major challenge.
Okay.
It's not been easy.
Okay.
It's not been easy, but okay, I told you people are not ready to sponsor artists.
Okay.
You can I have an artist now that is we are really struggling for funds. We even have a video that we are yet to push out because there is no money. Very clean, good quality video, but we can't push it out because there is no enough funds.
Okay.
People are not ready to sponsor. If you walk out to any company like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, they are not ready to give you anything. So how we generate funds as an upcoming artist now is, okay, friends, if you have your own personal business, if you have uncles, if you can sell. My artists normally do something. They'll what's it called? Promo CD.
Okay.
When you have your promo CD and you walk up to your uncle, they will see that, okay, yes, you're doing something. I can support you. It's not been easy. Trust me. It's not. People are not ready
to even just.
They talked about it. Godwin Tom even said it, that a lot of sponsors, they are not ready to sponsor you. Because at the end of the day, you will change. You'll be like,
I'm now big.
You didn't do anything for me. I did all this myself.
You don't know that it's a two-way thing. I'm giving you something and you're giving me something as well. Okay. So how do you market yourself? How do you market your brand? You as an artist manager now. So how do people know, there's this THEHOLU that's an artist manager?
Well, that's great. That's deep. Okay. I pray to be admissible.
Okay.
If one of my artists should become very popular, you'd be like, okay, who is the manager? I know the manager. But because I'm into a lot of things, sometimes I'll just, if I love what you do, I'll message you myself like, okay, this is what you do. I can give you advice on some things you get. But that number one thing that can make you popular and increase your what's it called? Your fan base is if people see what you're doing. And how can they see what you're doing is by your artists gaining the popularity.
That popularity. Yeah. Okay. So for now, you're not doing any form of advertising. You're just
yes, I am.
Okay.
I am. Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So do you make use of social media a lot?
Definitely. I'm a digital marketer. What do you expect? So definitely, yeah.
Okay. So for you, what do you think is the best form of marketing for the kind of things that you do? What platform do you think is the best? Because we have
radio.
So many. Okay.
Radio. Networking is important for this line. That's why I go. If I should see any opportunity to attend any conference or seminar, I'll go there and I'll tell them, okay. I met Steve Babeko recently, and I told him, okay, this is what I do. Meeting people, I'll give them my card. Okay, networking is important. Then social media, like, okay, if I should push, for example, my artist on my page. On his page, rather. At the end of the day, whether I like it or not, people will be like, okay, who is your
managing
manager?
you?
Who is managing you? So the only thing, we are in the background. There's not how you can market yourself like that. All you have to do is market
the person
you're managing.
Okay, so we have a question here from J9.
Okay.
J9_official. Thank you so much for joining in. And he says, so if you get the chance to change something in the Nigerian music industry, what would that be? That's a good question, actually.
Man, okay, what would that be? Let me see. A lot. There are so many things to change. One thing I would like to change is the pirates.
Okay. That's a huge challenge.
A lot of even A-list artists, they appreciate people pirating their song. You know why? Because it will make them popular.
Oh, really?
Yeah, whether you like it or not, you go. There are times you go to Alaba and you pay them 350 or more just to pirate your song. That's number one thing I will change.
Okay.
You people extorting people to make money off your IP, your intellectual property. I will now pay you, hey, Baba, take this and make money off me. Jenna, I think I answered your question. Is that fine?
I guess it's fine. It's fine. So piracy is one of the things you like to change.
Piracy.
But you were also saying something about giving people. You were saying a lot of that was before the show when we were talking, in the background. So you said something about people paying, artists. Is that not?
Okay.
Okay,
now,
we'll get to that.
let me talk about it now.
Okay.
I won't mention name of blogs.
Okay.
I wrote an article recently.
Okay.
I was like, dear artists, stop paying people.
Okay.
for your intellectual property. You are meant to make money off it.
Okay.
You are not meant to pay people to listen to you.
To listen to you.
Yes. Our industry is, I don't know, is blessed. When you have to pay bloggers, like, okay, please, I want to put my song on your blog. I'll now pay you 40,000 naira. At the end of the day, I'll be the one to run ad. I'll run maybe Facebook, Twitter, Instagram ad. I will link people to your page
because
like,
they'll come.
go to his page.
To your, to go.
I will increase the traffic of your site. You make money from there, of which you've collected the money from me.
From me already.
But there are better ways to it. I can, like now, I'll tell people, try and build your website.
Okay, do you mean the artist?
The artist.
Okay.
Have a website. Okay. Put your song on the website. If you have your song on your website, push it on Facebook. There, you can have an idea of how many people downloaded your song. And if you are this person, like, that knows how to collect database, like data of people that download. Like now, okay, if I should open a website and you want to download a song on my website, you have to drop your email address. Okay. So if you drop your email address, whether you like it or not, I have your contacts. I can easily reach out to you whenever I want to do something like, okay, that's if you like. And it's even good for feedback. Instead of you paying a popular blog and they will make money off you, you just sit down in your room. The popularity self, go get them. You get. So just build website. There are so many things you can do. But that one I won't like to talk about it here. There are digital sites that will, if you drop your song on them, they will pay you at the end of a certain period of time. Like, okay, if you have a particular number of streaming, you get money from people streaming your song online. So at a particular time, they pay you, even if the money is not as big as some other artists, you get, but you get money from there. If you should, okay, like now, we have the likes of TuneCore, Free Me Digital, and Co. And it's not much to put your song on there. TuneCore is just $10. $10 is like 3,006 or 3,000 in Nigeria. So if you should put your song on TuneCore, iTunes, you can make money on iTunes. You can make money on Spotify, on SoundCloud, and instead of you paying people to make money from you.
Okay, so let's give a shout out to those of us watching via Instagram. We have Kola Gumbi Ade here. We have Prince Ade Dapo. We have Tom the Senator. And we have J9 Official, and he says, yes, thank you so much. So I guess you answered his question very well. So thank you guys so much for watching us via Instagram. Drop your questions. We have THEHOLU, the artist manager. He's a businessman. He's the business guru in the building. So I'm learning a lot from you, THEHOLU.
I'm also learning.
You're also
learning how to present.
You're learning. Great. So we're learning something at the end of the day. Awesome. Okay, so tell me, so for young people, okay, before I get to that aspect, what financial mistakes have you made? I'm talking about you personally. And then after you answer that, then you tell me what financial mistakes do you think a lot of artists make? And let's talk about upcoming artists now, because that's your field.
Okay. Should I start with my own personal mistake?
Yes, you can start with
let me say was.
You're still.
In 2011, I searched for Ninja Loaded's contacts. I met one. It's a very sad story. I met he called himself Mankind. Yeah, on Facebook then. So we talked. He was like, okay, we'll put my song for 45,000 naira.
Whoa.
Then, so I paid him. 2 days after, Baba Alfana talk say, no worry, I'll put it. It's just that we have a lot of people. 3 days, 1 week. Next thing, the number
switched off.
Yeah, switched off.
Whoa.
So that's okay, and I've made a lot of mistakes like that. So paying
fake people.
Rippers, I call them rippers.
They just
will
rip
me
off.
And a lot of artists are making that mistake. Instead of that, I tell people, even before you get, okay, this is an advice for upcoming artists. Before you get a manager is very important. Get yourself a lawyer. Get yourself a lawyer. It is very important. Very important. Get yourself a lawyer
before you get a manager.
Not necessarily, but it is.
It's key.
It is key. Yeah, artist manager is also very, very important. But lawyer, I have like. Don't let me say. I have
like
lawyers. Yeah, I have lawyers around me. Before I do anything, before I give you 5,000 naira, I will inform my lawyer like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. What do you think? So I've made that mistake in the past, which I feel I can never, by the grace of God, I can never make that mistake.
You can never make that mistake again of being ripped off. So I think really, a lot of young people that are upcoming don't even know where to place their money yet, and they just.
And some will even be like, okay, there was a time a friend of mine got ripped off too. It was in Ibadan. Then he met someone online who happens to be, okay, don't let me say he happens to be. He pretended to be Davido's cousin. So the guy was like, you should pay 1.5, you'll feature Davido. My money saved day because I borrowed the guy 10,000 naira. Yeah. So the guy had to borrow money from different people, and
just
he paid
to get that
1.5, and he got ripped off.
Whoa.
Yeah, there are so many fake people.
So many fake people out
Even
there.
On Instagram, you see a lot of parody accounts. They'll be like, okay, I'm this.
And you're not who they say they are.
Yes.
So that's the big
So you have to be very careful.
If
at all you want to transact, if you don't know the person, make sure you've seen the person's past jobs, or you meet the person one-on-one. You'd be like, okay, now your address be this. If anything should happen,
I'm coming there just to do your background check and be sure that it's
very
not.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very sure.
Okay, so we have people who have joined as well. We have iRed and Entertainment. We have Olori's Store. Thank you for joining in. And there's a question here for you from Kola Agumbiadi, and he says, how do you keep track of the cost of doing business?
I write it down.
Okay, right.
I write it down because if I should invest 10,000 naira, I want to make at least 20,000 naira. So I write everything down.
Every single cost.
If up to 10 naira chewing gum, I'll write it down like, hey,
I spent.
Yeah. So it's very important so that you run checks. You'll be like, okay, just in case of the future jobs, I did this 10,000 naira. Okay, I thought the economy is now very good.
Yes, should I?
Okay, maybe 12,000 naira now. So you have to write it down. It's very important.
Okay. That being said, so you told us about your financial mistakes, how you got ripped off. Okay. So how should artists now promote their music? I know you said something about
Zonko and the likes.
Yes.
Okay, now if you want to promote your song, if your song is very good, one, for you to make a good music, you need the likes of Checkwas. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
somebody
your
who's
song,
good.
You have to get a good production. And what makes a good production? A good beat.
Okay.
And the song must be well mixed and mastered.
Okay.
You get? So if your song is well mixed and mastered, then you can now think of promoting such songs.
Okay. So the quality of the song.
The quality, it's very, very vital. Yeah. So now, if you want to push your song, you don't. Okay, should I say don't? But I would advise you not to use these popular blogs. Sometimes my artists will be like, I'll tell them not to use them, but they'll be like, yes, I want to use them, because to them they feel
that's where they will get.
That's where people will get. Where they will get fans, but. Build a website. It won't cost you more than maybe 20 to 30,000 for you to have, even if it's a page. Build a website. Run ads. Is very important.
Okay.
If you should put your song on your website, nobody knows your website, but you can run ad on Facebook. We have over 19 million on Facebook. And on Instagram, so not up to 19, I think 5 million or so active users on Instagram. So if you should run hard on Instagram, you link it to your website. So if you give them 1 minute snippet of your song, if your song is very good, that's why I said good production. If your song is very good, most people will want to have that song.
Okay.
They'll click on visit website on that sponsored page or sponsored ad. Then it will link them to your website. So another thing is get data. Tell them to drop their email.
Okay.
When they drop their email, you have their data. I'm sorry, bloggers. Oh, no, be say. And another thing is the likes of Free Me Digital, Tunko.
Okay.
They are helping. They are really helping we upcoming artists.
Okay.
If you put your song on Free Me Digital, you have it on iTunes, Deezer, Spotify, and the likes.
Okay.
So if anybody in the world wants to download your song, you get something in return.
Okay.
You get, and if they use your song, okay, you can also make use of our radio stations. You can use the free ones, sure. Even if at all, nothing is free in this country.
Okay.
But if at all is not free, just get something for the presenter. Like Yoruba people will say, "Kwe no more share." Yeah, you get, when you drop something for the person will at least interview you, then play your song. There are several things you can add me up on WhatsApp, then we'll talk about it.
Then you talk about
yes.
it. Okay. So we have a question here from Kevwe, and she says, what criteria, I know you've answered this before, but I guess she didn't get it, so let's go through that again. So what criteria do you look for before signing an artist?
Talent.
Okay,
talent. And if you can think outside the box.
Okay.
If you are
somebody that is smart.
Yeah, if you are very, very smart, you can think outside the box, you have the talent.
Okay.
That's by talent I mean, okay, see, now in Nigeria now, if you can sing and you can't write, is a big problem.
If you can can think,
of which is not supposed to be so. Outside the country we have songwriters. Songwriters are different from performer. Okay. You get, songwriters are different from performer. Okay. By performer I mean the singer. You get. But in this country, if you can't sing and you can't write, it's a big problem. But now I meet someone that can sing very well but can't write. But he's ready to. Okay.
I want to cut you short because I don't understand. So when you say write, do you mean just like writing ABC, or you mean writing your own music?
Yeah, writing.
Okay, so writing.
Yeah, that's why you see people criticizing the likes of Davido, Two-Face for
saying
buying
that
songs.
They don't write their songs.
But outside this country, it is the normal thing. Songwriters are different from. Songwriters are different from the performer. Okay. Yeah. So what I look out for majorly is the talent. If one, not just the talent. If you are humble, at least before you get money, you are humble.
You mean the
so everybody has pride. Everybody has pride, but at least to some extent, you have to put yourself down. Be humble. Yeah. So whenever we get to talk, if I tell you to do this, you'll be like, oh, I think that's right. Not an artist that is full of himself.
Great. I hope that answers your question. Yeah. Then moving on, we have something here from iRed Entertainment. So I'll just read 2 questions at the same time. So somebody says, do you sign... Okay, Tokwe Brimo has another question. She says, do you sign secular artists? As one. Okay. And another one is, do you sign only secular artists? Can you sign someone that wants to do religious music? That's one. Okay. Then I've got another... Okay, this is hanging a bit. So let me see. Okay, so we have another from Kola Gumbiadi, and he says, entertainment is currently seen as unstructured and informal. So what needs to be done to bring entertainment business managers together? Yeah, I think that's a good question, because I was going to ask that as well. Okay. And then, let's take those 2 first.
Okay. Sorry, what's the first question again?
Do you sign Christian?
If you are talented, whether gospel or secular, there's money in gospel music. There's money in gospel music. So far I can make money, and you're talented and you're ready to work.
Okay. You're good.
I'm good. Okay. Then the other question. I told you I went for one conference recently. Godwin Tom talked about this question. He said some things about it. We have the likes of COSON to regulate some things.
Okay.
These our government are not really helping matters. They are not, but there is I think there is I've forgotten the name. But there is a body that are in charge of
all that,
of talent management. We have like an association.
Okay, great. That's good to hear.
We have like an association, but the funny thing is just that it is not functioning well in Nigeria. I can just wake up one day and be like, okay, I want to manage this artist. You get, but there's actually a body that are in charge of managing
those artists.
Yes. Okay. So okay, all we have to do is we need government to help us regulate their pirates.
Okay.
They are stealing us. They are stealing from us. Okay. We have lots of them. There are many. They are stealing from us. You get. So if government can start with that, regulate that, I think we're fine.
Okay, so I wanted to ask, now we talk about the financial aspect of this whole music thing. Now we find that some of all these artists, you're doing music now. Is there any way, you're an artist manager, for example, so let's assume today the person you're managing has become big in the industry. Now what do you do to ensure that their wealth stays? That their wealth would stay, because you can't sing forever. I mean, look at the likes of Two-Face. Two-Face is getting old,
but he's still singing.
And yeah, but in a few years' time, you might just see that he's laid back, and maybe when you call him for something, really big, that's when he comes. So how do you do that? And then apart from that, then let me take the question from iRed Entertainment. So he said, how do you know the qualities of a good artist manager?
The qualities of a good artist. Can I say that?
So because an upcoming artist now wants somebody to manage him, and sometimes they might have offers from more than one person. Let's say 3 people. Okay, so how do they know? Oh, this is who I should pick. So you are the one sitting on that table now, so you should.
Number one thing I feel you should look out for is if your manager or your proposed manager is a good listener. If he's ready to listen to whatever you have to say. Because there are managers that will be like, anything I want, you have to do. So I think you have to look out for that quality. A good listener. If your manager is ready to listen to whatever you want to say, you should look.
Okay, and so you haven't answered
the other question.
How do you allow
we have artists' life cycle. Number one thing is feedback. Second one is validation. Okay, feedback. Feedback is me singing in my bedroom. Me singing in my bedroom, and people around me be like, Baba, you they sing well. You get. Then validation is you now. Okay, I want to go out. I want to meet the likes of Checkwas, the likes of Zaki Magic, the likes of Sean, and they'll be like, man, you sing well. Or you go out for shows and people will be like, wow, I love your music. Can you do it again? You get. That one is validation. You already know, okay, you have it in you. You can go out and sell. Then number 3 is consistency. Are you the type that will sing and after 2 years you are left with no content? Then number 4 is superstar. Superstar is where you get to that level, like the likes of Whiskey and Co. You get your balling. When you get to that stage, it is now left for your manager to now think of you rebranding yourself. That's why the likes of Two-Face will
always remain.
Will always be that Baba. You get. So you have to think of reinvention. Like you have to think of rebranding yourself. Yeah, rebranding yourself. By rebranding yourself, you'll be like, okay, I do this. What do you think I can do? Because music is dynamic, whether you like it or not.
So it's changing.
It's changing. So you have to dance to that tune. Like, okay, I was doing hip hop. I was doing folk, but now people are now doing Zanko.
So I have to move.
Not like you have to move, but you have to
at least do something that has
you have
that
to
in it.
rebrand,
Yeah. So branding is just, you always have to rebrand.
You always have to. When you get to that level, when you get to the likes of Wizkid now. If you notice, Davido featured Zlatan Zanko.
Okay, yeah.
Because
he's the one on board at the moment
now. So you have to reinvent, you have to rebrand yourself.
Okay,
yeah.
so to remain relevant. So let's talk about investment.
Okay.
So who does investment for these guys? Because we understand the part of rebranding and all that, but don't you think there are other things that these people can do to make their money? I know you're an artist manager, but what about other people who do stuff like, let's say actors? Sometimes they fall sick. And then there's even no money, and you're like, this guy's been balling on Instagram. We see him everywhere, and now it comes down to, health, and there's really nothing. So I feel like, is there a body that helps these people put that?
It is the job of your manager. Your manager is not just dealing about your music life.
Okay.
He's meant to deal about your business.
Okay.
The business aspect of your
what
life,
you do.
of what you do. They're not just your business, everything about you.
Okay.
Because there are sometimes you can even I don't want to say in choice of life partner, but whether you like it or not, if your manager should advise you like, this woman is not going to help your career, you have to think about it. You get, not let her go, think about it.
Okay.
Don't let me say let her go. But your manager should involve himself in the business aspect
of what
your career. Like I went for Zlatan's pop-up show. Okay. Pop-up party rather.
Okay.
He made some shirts.
Okay.
And he sold them. Merchandise. It is very, very essential.
Okay.
You get. And as an artist, you have to get something like a business that will, whether you like it or not, you'll be making money of the business. And the likes of the digital sales, the iTunes, the Spotify is a lifetime thing. It's a lifetime thing. You get your money. It is, if your song is good.
Okay.
This what's it called? Dolly Parton wrote most of this latest song. What's her name? But Till Tomorrow, Dolly Parton is making
always
money.
relevant.
Is making not relevant.
She's still making money.
The artist is no more. You get, but they are still playing the song. You get, so Dolly Parton is making a whole lot from.
Okay, so let me take a question. This is from @MichaelMatthew91, and he says, can you manage an artist like Speedy despite oh God, I'm so sorry, I had to laugh on this one. He says, can you manage an artist like Speedy despite his fan base on media, on social media?
I'll be glad.
You'll be glad. So do you think
because because I'll make money.
Okay, so Speedy is the bang dang guy, right?
Yeah. So see, whether you like it or not. You may be thinking he has no talent.
Okay.
But he has talent.
Is
a lot of people. I have a friend, whenever he wakes up, every morning will go to Speed Darlington's page.
Okay, so that means...
And there are people like that. So you can make money off if you should package well. My sister, Speed Darlington is rich.
But me, I feel like he's more of a comedian than an artist.
That's it, nah. He's an artist. Whether a comical artist or he's an artist.
Well, he's an artist.
I can't know. Yeah? No money.
Okay, great. Awesome. We'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we continue with the show. But a very big shout out to those of you watching us on Instagram. We have Adeleye Bayo, Larry Wemi, and we have Igodalo. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Igodalo Charles, and he says great talk. Yeah. So he's enjoying all the things you're saying. We must put 29. Okay, guys, welcome back to the business side of entertainment on Insight Radio. And we have in the studio the one and only, the business manager. He's an artist manager, he's a businessman, he's a singer, he's a dancer, he's a cake maker. This guy is everything. Oh, I like that cake part from Primary 3. I just like.
I love cooking.
Oh, you love cooking too. Awesome.
Maybe that's
So I was going to get to that part that what are the things you like to do? Like, what are your hobbies? But before that, somebody asked a question.
Okay.
Like, there's a lot of documentation that you need to do when you want to go into music. And that question was from Kola Gumbiade.
Okay.
I'm sorry that we went offline, so I can't really get that. But if you could type that again, if you're still watching. But I'll try to rephrase as I saw
documentation.
it. Yes, what are the documentations that you need to take into consideration as an artist before, signing any, kind of document?
I said something earlier that before you even think of getting a manager, try and do yourself a favor of getting a lawyer, and not just a lawyer that loves you.
Okay.
You get, not a lawyer that thinks just the business.
About.
So when you get a lawyer, because recently.
But how you know the lawyer that loves you?
You will know. Why won't you know? You will
He'll
know.
be taking some kind of.
When you meet a lawyer and it's all just about bring money, it's just about the business. Get a lawyer. Because if you are very good, you get a lot of offers.
Okay.
A lot of offers.
Okay.
My job as a manager is to review, not to review a contract for my artist. But thank God I am all-rounder. So I can review your contract.
Okay.
But you need a lawyer that understands law to read, because there are so many ambiguous words.
Okay.
Like a contract. Recently, my lawyer was telling me, like, a girl came to meet him and the girl was crying, like, I'm signed. No, not you.
Okay.
She signed a contract, and that contract was all good to her.
Okay.
So now she has another offer from a bigger company that wants to sign her.
Okay.
But she can't leave that contract. She can't leave that company that signed her, the label that signed her.
Because she has signed.
Not because she has signed. One, they are not treating her well in that label, so she wants out. She wants to leave. She can't leave because, one, there's nothing like termination clause. And in that contract, the one the label gave her, that one, okay, maybe number one.
Yeah.
Number one says something about, I'll give you house. You get. Number 5 is saying something like, I will not give you a house if you are not ready to do this. You get. But as just a layman artist, like, that doesn't know anything about law, you just be like, okay, let me sign. They said they will give me a car. They said they will give me a house. Not knowing
that there's a clause.
The house and car. So you need to get a lawyer. You need that lawyer, CFC. You need it. Because, one, as an artist, my artist now, he writes songs for people. Okay. Now tell him, I manage a producer too.
Okay.
You get. Now, I told my lawyer to get him a document that will, if you are working with me, if you are not paying me, I hope Chekwas is listening to this too. If you are not paying me, if I'm helping you, you have to sign a document. If your song should blow tomorrow, I'll be getting 5%, 10% of your sales.
Okay.
You get. So that's very, very essential. Yeah, I think they have to pay me for this information.
Okay, so let me ask this. Another question here from Kola Gumbiade, and J9 official says we haven't answered this question. Okay. So I'm sorry, J9, but let's answer. Let's ask again. So he said, let's assume. I know you've answered, but obviously maybe we were offline at the time. So he said, so let's assume you spend close to 50 million on one of your artists and still yet no fame or money. What will you do? Jackpot or keep pushing? Be honest, please.
Pray to God. See, one thing is, I have a friend that have experienced such.
No, as a businessman, he's asking you now.
As a businessman,
50 million is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. I can't make such mistake. Yeah, I can't. 50 million, I can't. If I should spend 10 million naira on you, and I see that you are not doing well. By doing, it's not necessary for you to be popular. There are so many artists that you won't even know their name, and
they are making money.
They are rich.
Okay.
They are very rich. They are comfortable.
But the ideology that most people have is that it's Yahoo. That's how they are getting money.
Is what?
Is Yahoo.
Well, that's, we are in Nigeria now.
Okay, no, but you are saying aside the Yahoo, they're actually making
money.
Legit
Trust
money
me,
doing something, doing their thing.
Recently, I read something that Senat's song has, I think, 100 million views on YouTube.
And you know how much he's gonna
get? I wish to meet her. That's money. You get, and a lot of foreign artists that we don't even know, they are making money online from their music.
Okay,
let me answer the question. 50 million naira.
Yeah.
What if? Let me now ask another question. Let me ask him a question. Like, okay, what if you now jackpot 2 weeks after the artist come blue? What will you do? You get? So you have to, in all you do, I'm not all this spiritual person, but in all I do, I consult my papa,
your papa,
my heavenly father, no papa, you get? Yeah, so just pray about it. And use your instinct. I think that helps as well. I can't spend 50 million on an artist that won't blow.
That will not blow. The artist must blow.
Village people say, even they try, it can't happen. You get? So.
Okay, so we have another question from Kola Gumbiadi, and he says, what of business manager artist contract? So now we've been talking about the normal contract they sign with other people. Now you are an artist manager. What is the contract between you and the artist now? And what are the kind of documents that they should also, so that
if you have a lawyer like the artist, if the artist should, I have an artist now I do not have a contract with.
Okay.
But trust me, by next week he's getting his contract. Yes, because anything can happen. I won't like story that touch. You get? It is also very important. Contract is not it's not like a prison or something that will hook you down. Contract is for clarity.
Okay, so we understand that we're on the
you
same
understand
page.
What I am meant to do, what you are meant to do. I am your manager. You can't send me to go and help you buy rice. Mine is to help you do business. Get? Okay. I can't, even as a manager, my artists, they know I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there.
You're getting there.
My artists can never, I can't, if I'm with my artists, we are talking business. I'm not the manager that will be with my artist 24 hours. You get? I'm not the manager that will be with my artist will be playing PS4. If I'm with you, it's either we are discussing business or, because if I spend most of my time with you, there will be times you'll be like, hey, Baba, say I no fit go that side. I beg me buy a wagon. You get? I can't do that. Mine is to do business.
That's the finish factor.
Business and business only.
And business only. Great. Awesome. Okay, so a big shout out to you guys that have been watching, listening, dropping your questions. We really, really appreciate you. So let's round this up very quickly. Okay. So what do you do for relaxation? We've been talking about the whole money thing. So how does...
relaxation.
Yeah. How do you relax? How do you take a chill
Actually, I love video games.
Okay, love video games.
I love swimming. I love cooking.
You love cooking.
Yeah, that's very important.
You should have brought cake for us now. You bake cake when you're
It's been a while. Well, okay. I love cooking. Okay. I love going out.
Okay.
I told you I love nature, so sometimes with my friends, I'll just go out chill, maybe by the beachside or something. So I love going out. I love trying new. I don't really like traveling, but now I think it's a must. I need to,
because of what you do.
Yeah, I need to start going from one place to another. Yeah, just to explore. Okay, great. So finally, before we wrap it up, so what's that one thing that people don't know about you that you'd like them to know?
there's that part of somebody that they see, they see you on social media, they see you doing your whole thing as an artist manager. But what's that one thing? I'm not talking about your private life now. You feel people don't know that this thing is there about me, but I want people to know today.
The fact that I'm shy. Yeah, and most people take it as pride. They be like,
okay, that you're a proud person.
I am not one bit.
Okay.
I don't. Everybody has pride, you get.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm very, very approachable.
Okay.
But I am very, very. I may be looking at you and I'll be like, how I wish I talked to this person. But no, I'm shy.
You're shy. Okay, great. So we have Kola Gumbiade says great stuff. So thank you so much. Thank you to all of you watching us by Instagram. And then finally, to all the upcoming artists, what are your last words for them?
Just keep pushing. Okay. Focus. Let me use this word. Focus on your focus. Yes, don't be distracted.
Don't be distracted.
Yeah, focus on your focus.
Focus on your focus. Okay, guys, so it's a wrap. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
I appreciate your presence. Coming here even after it rained. I was even thinking, hey, is this guy going to be sleeping? So I was because it's a good day to be sleeping because of the rain. But it was great that you came out here today. So thank you so much. And to those of you that watched us via Instagram, thank you for dropping your questions. If I didn't acknowledge you, I'm so sorry. It must have been the network because, the thing here kept going on and off, but we appreciate you. And we do this every Friday from 12:30 p.m. We started a little bit late today, and that's because of the weather and network as well. Yeah,
Traffic,
but we do this. Yeah, so we do this every Friday, 12:30 p.m. till 1:30 p.m. So join us same time next week on the business side of entertainment. As always, I am your homegirl, Kevwe Akindola. Till I see you same time next week, do have a great weekend.
Thank
Bye.
you.